What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Life as I Know It with Rohan. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be speaking about the time I could have been kidnapped. Now, I know you're gonna laugh me and you're gonna say a lot of things, and that's okay. That's okay. To be honest, I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments. And as you know, like, share, subscribe, comment as well, your ideas on new episodes and everything like that, because we're going up, guys. We're going up. Now we're just gonna get straight into it. It's gonna be an unfiltered, unedited episode again. Now, I'm just gonna tell you. So the time I could have been kidnapped. This was. So I'm just gonna give you a little backstory before I get to it. So in 2017 December, my brother died. Well, he got into a motorcycle accident. My older brother in France, and I was in Barbados at that time, and that was like on the 24th of December. So it was a messed up Christmas, and he got into an accident, and he was unresponsive and all that stuff. So I had to fly from Barbados to France. When I got there, there was nothing that could have been done. He was on life support. They were just waiting for me. And then they took him off of it and all that stuff. So we had the funeral in January of 2018. And after that, I was like, you know what? It was literally like 40 euros to fly back and from to England. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to meet my family. I'm going to go to England and meet my family. So I went to England in January to meet my aunt in Aylesbury, England. And I was there, but I was bored. I didn't have friends. It was my two cousins, but they had their own lives, living and doing all that stuff. And I was majorly inside the house, right? Now, another backstory is there was someone that I was speaking to on the internet on Facebook and Snapchat for like a year and 3 months prior to traveling. Now, with that person, I remember his name was Adam Houston, right? In Manchester. Now, we used to go on calls, voice calls, used to talk, stuff like that. Cool and airy guy. We used to talk about gaming and stuff like that, playing games. We used to Snapchat back and forth like, the streaks that people have. We used to do that. So, I'm comfortable and I'm like, okay, I'm in England. Why not, So, setting up, and he's like, come to Manchester. Because I was in Aylesbury, he told me, come to Manchester and we're gonna, he will reimburse me when I buy the ticket. So, I had to make up a story for my aunt because I couldn't just tell her I'm going to meet someone. I've never met that person in real life, right? So I told her that the last time that I was in England, we met already. I mean, I saw the screws in her head going because she's like, met already? The last time you were in England, you were with us. So when did you meet that person? I could see the screws going, but I was so convincing, like, yeah, we met already. We talk all the time. He's an Irie guy and all that stuff. Cause I'm bored and I want to go meet my friend. No, I only had enough money to buy a one-way. You could have said that was problem number one, right? But in my head, I was 18, trustworthy. Let's go, right? So I took the trip from Aylesbury to Manchester. That was like an hour and something, right? No, he gave me his address, house number, everything. So I could have used Google Maps to get there. So on the train, we're talking. He's like, he's so excited to meet me. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go these places. I was supposed to stay there for the weekend. So I had packed my spending bag. So he's like, we're gonna go and do this, we're gonna go do that, these are the places, he's telling me all that. While on the trip, I'm having all these conversations, we're talking, right? And I get to Manchester, and he was supposed to be at the train station to pick me up, right? But while there, he's like, oh, he couldn't come, but I have the address, it's not that far from the train station. Just come, he's there, he's just caught up doing something. So I was like, you know what, sure, it happens, right? So I put on Google Maps, I put the address in, it was like a 15-minute walk from the train station to the house. So all that time we're still chatting, I'm like, well, I'm on my way, and I'm getting there. Again, there are so many instances that I should have been like, what the hell you on? but that never crossed my mind. So, one second. So, I'm walking, I walked there, meet people. British people are not that friendly, just like the French. But I would assume you're just meeting someone random on the road and they're greeting you, but Anyways, I got to the apartment. Well, the house that, it says you have arrived at your destination. And I'm knocking on the door and I say, good afternoon, because I think it was early afternoon, like 1 p.m. Good afternoon. And a woman came and opened the door and she was like, hello, how may I help you? So I was like, is Adam in? He's expecting me. She's like, Adam? Who's Adam? I was like, Adam Houston, he gave you this address, this is where he lives. She's like, there's no one by that name living here, it's just me and my mom living. And I was like, huh? So I'm looking at the phone and I'm trying to figure out, okay, do I have the wrong address? Because the houses are so close and they all look like one another. And I'm like, but it's like, no, it's house number 42. And I'm like, this is house number 42. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's another house in the area, right? But I was like, before I go knocking on people's doors, because I knocked on the right door and there's no one there. So I'm like, well, Adam's not there. So I'm like, huh. I was like, before I go knocking on someone's door, I messaged and I was like, hey, I'm arrived at the address. Where are you? I knocked on the door and they told me that you're not there. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm in Wales right now. Huh? What do you mean you're in Wales? According to this, Wales is 3 hours and 38 minutes away from Manchester. While on the train, you're talking to me, I got to the area, and you're not in Manchester, you're in Wales. How? How is that even possible? How? It makes no sense to me. And I'm like, huh. No, I'm not even trying to get to that, think of that dilemma. No, I'm in a different dilemma. I have no money. I have no way of getting my ticket to go back home. I told my aunt I'm going there to meet someone that I know. I am in a dilemma. I cannot call my father. That's a whole different dilemma because my father's in France. So you know what? I opted for the safer choice. I called his girlfriend. And I was like, hey, this is what's happening to me. I'm in a situation. I need to I need to get some money to get a ticket. And she's like, she doesn't have money right now. She can't send it. She can send it to Western Union, but I'm not going to get it now because it's a weekend. I'm only going to get it on Monday. And I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. So I got Google Maps again and I went to the nearest police station because it's like 70 minutes from where I was. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to the police station because I'm freaking out. Adam is no longer responding. I'm trying to call Adam. Adam is not answering me. Like, I have no idea what's happening. And I'm going to the police station. So I'm walking to the police station and I'm freaking out. Like, I'm really freaking out. My battery is low. It's just a lot. So, I walked to the police station. I got there and I'm explaining the situation to the police. First of all, the police in England, to me, waste of time. I don't know if I feel it's a waste of time because I was in a situation. But it's like, try to get in contact with Adam. Adam is not answering me. How can I get in contact with Adam? And Adam is just not answering me. Adam is MIA. Adam tell me he's in Wales. So I'm freaking out. They're like, who are you in England with? I'm like, my aunt. Well, get in contact with your aunt. I'm like, Lord Jesus Christ. This man is trying to get me murdered. This man is trying to get me killed. Because Adam is nowhere to be seen. I told my aunt I'm going to meet Adam. I've met Adam before. Adam is a good guy and nothing. I was like, oh boy. So I messaged my cousin instead and I was like, hey, this is the situation. And he's trying to grill me and get like, what's going on? You said that you would. I was like, boy, I just need you to buy a ticket so I can get on this train. And then I was like, you know what? I can't go back right now because everybody's upset. I am also traumatized. So I was like, you know what? I messaged a friend of my mother's in London and I was like, hey, I'm in Manchester, kind of stuck. Can I spend, a few days by you? So I got my cousin to buy the ticket from Manchester to London and I went to London and my mother's friend's kids came to pick me up and I stayed an entire week in London because, I'm scared shitless. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to explain this situation when I get back to my aunt? My father's girlfriend sent the money for me, and I went to pick it up in Western Union, and so that I could pay my cousin back. My mother's friend gave me some money as well because I'm with her, you know. I enjoyed my week there in London. I enjoyed my week. They took me out. You know, I enjoyed my week in London. Now, the other thing is, at the train station, I'm waiting for the ticket, and I'm seeing all the trains going, and my cousin is trying to process this, and it's just a lot, and I'm trying to call Adam, and Adam is not answering. I think I called like 6 or 7 times, Adam is not answering. I sent maybe about 20 messages. Adam is no longer answering after he said, hey, I'm in Wales right now, I'm sorry. That was the end of it. We're still trying to figure out how we got from Manchester to Wales when we were speaking the entire time. Even when in the train station you tell me walk up to there. So I got to my aunt's, spent the entire week there, and then she bought a ticket from London to Aylesbury for me. And I got to Aylesbury and my aunt picked me up. Nothing was said, you know, we are chilling, good vibes, get to the house. Now my aunt now is giving me that 3rd degree. How do you know Adam? And I cannot lie anymore, and it's like I don't know what to say, I don't know how to tell you anything. Can you imagine being grilled by a Caribbean person? But yet they're still a little Europeanized, so it's like they're not grilling you in the way that maybe you're somebody would be like, what the hell you did? It's just like, how you know Adam, how you got there? And that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm trying to make up lies, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. How do you know Adam? Why did you go to see Adam? When did you meet Adam? You said you met Adam last year. When did you meet Adam? Now she's asking the questions that she should have been asking before, and I'm here like, and then it came back to, wait, where are you staying in Dominica? Because in Dominica you have internet, and I remember Hurricane Maria passed because that was in 2017. How did you get to Barbados? Who were you with in Barbados? And I was getting the 3rd degree, and it was so much because there were so many different things that I was not saying that she was now trying to figure out. Make it worse, she called my father and gave my father the rundown, and the other aunts and uncles in whatever group chat. And so, you know, when I go back to France, my father is no longer speaking to me properly because he's trying to figure something out, and things are not adding up to him. And that's a whole other story on something that happened. Maybe we'll speak another time about it, but it all comes back to, please, I don't know if the Adam was looking at me outside of the house. I don't know if the Adam was watching me at the train station. I don't know if Adam was trying to set me up. I don't know if I could have been kidnapped, killed, robbed. I don't know what the situation was. And I trusted someone I'd never met on the internet. We never video called. And I just went with no backup plans, anything. I was 18 years old. That's the 2nd time I was in London, in England. I don't know anyone in England. I have a lot of friends there, but I've never met them in real life. And I went to an area that I don't know that required me to travel with no ticket back. That was just the most stupidest thing that I could have done. Like, I really could have been kidnapped, killed, robbed, raped. Like, there were so many things that could have happened from getting to that train station and walking to that house area, walking to that police station, walking to that train. Like, so many things that could have happened when Adam said he was in Wales and stopped responding to me. And the house was in an area that you had to go down a hill. It wasn't like it was just on the main road. I had to go down a hill. There were dogs. I was in a residential area, literal residential area. And the house was around, like, it had a roundabout area of that house. And I had to pass back in bush area to get back onto the road to go back. Because that's where Google Maps brought me. I didn't know to go straight down the road and all that stuff because, hey, this is how I got in there. So it's like I was in areas that were so shady, like, so much could have happened to me. And to this day, before I made the video, I went to look for Adam's profile. And Adam's profile only has 10 friends now. Before it was literally, I think, 2 point something K, and there's only 10 friends on there now. So I don't even know if Adam is real. I have no idea what happened to Adam. I'm just thanking God, spirits, whatever, that nothing happened to me, because so much could have happened to me. I could have lost my life at 18 years old because I was bored in Aylesbury. It was a lot. And yes, I know you're going to be like, you're smarter than that and all that stuff. You're gonna tell me all that stuff, but let's be for real. Okay, let's be for real for me. I was someone that just wanted somebody to give me attention, spend time with me and all that stuff. And here was someone who was, I was 18, Adam was 17. That was a friend. We were literally speaking a year and 3 months, even before I even went to France and England. So it's like, there was a connection. It wasn't just somebody that popped up today and like, let's meet tomorrow. Like, we were speaking for quite a while, so I don't even understand what happened. I have no closure on this situation. Adam never responded. He didn't even block me. It was just never responded. Nothing. Cold turkey. There's no even post on Adam's profile of Adam anymore. Like, Adam has been gone. I tried doing Google research, pictures, all that stuff. I cannot get anything on Adam to this day. Years later. I'm just thankful, and I'm not going to make that stupid decision again. The lesson of this video is, guys, when you're going to meet new people, please meet in a public area, an area that you are both comfortable with, that you are able to know your surroundings, get back home, describe your surroundings, people, put location on. Like, there's so much that could go on in this world these days for you to go to an undisclosed area like you have never been. Taking transportation, no backup plans. Like, please don't be like me. Well, I grown. This ain't happening again, but as an 18-year-old in a foreign country, first of all, England people like to stab people with knives. I could have been dead. And I was more focused on the fact that I was embarrassed of the situation to be forthright with the information, like, hey, this is what happened. I was embarrassed. First of all, I lied to get there, and I just felt that I had to continue lying to protect myself because I was embarrassed. It was embarrassing. I was focused on the fact that it was embarrassing and not even dangerous. Like, at that time, I did not even think it was dangerous. It's sometime later that I really thought about it, and I was like, you could have died. You could have been human trafficked. They could have sold your organs online. Like, there's so much that could have gone wrong with Adam Houston of Manchester, Wales, England. I don't even know. So, the moral of this story is, as I said, be careful with online friendships. Be careful with meeting people that you have never met. Be careful how you meet up with people. Be careful with the information that you put online and you give to online people. Like, there's so much that could have gone wrong with that, and I'm just thankful that I'm here to tell the story today. This is the first time that I'm publicly telling the story, because at some point you have to let it go. I'm no longer embarrassed of it. It's like, it happened, it was an experience, but yeah. Anyways, this was episode 3 of Life as I Know It, with me telling you about the time I could have been kidnapped. And again, I just want you to like, subscribe, share, because there are going to be some more personal stories. There's going to be experiences. Yes, we're going to have some other stories like the episode number 2, where we're talking about situations that might affect people, issues, that affecting the world. My next story might be about bullying. So there's a lot of different things that we're going to get in. This video is going to be a little shorter, maybe just 20 minutes instead of 30. But thank you for sticking through. It might have been an entertaining story for you, but it could have been scary as hell. So again, thanks for tuning in to Life as I Know It. This is Rohan, and yeah. Like, subscribe, share, boom. Thanks.